So I started basically in the beginning of the pandemic. Our business partner, Taylor Martin, his wife, Callie Martin, basically had a Facebook group since 2016. He's a videographer. He runs Taylor Martin Media. He's a web developer. So
also from Hilo.
Yeah, also from Hilo. All of us are from Hilo. Yeah. So shout out to them. They're amazing. But basically, it was just kind of photos, cool stuff, Hawaii stuff. And over time, they grew about 20,000, I think, followers. But it wasn't really doing anything, right? Besides
sharing cool photos and videos.
Exactly. Yeah. And when the pandemic hit and I went back to Hilo for about 10 weeks because we couldn't go anywhere else. Right? I was like, I'd rather be with my family. I met up with Taylor and he told me about this and we started brainstorming like, how can we leverage this audience to help as many people as possible? And that's really where Hawaiiverse was born because we're like, what do businesses like? Or what do people like? Coupons. So I started off as a coupon director and we started with just 40 companies in retail, restaurants, nonprofit and service companies in little old Hilo and it just kind of exploded.
Yeah.
You know, and it was so much fun. I mean, you were there in the first meetings, right?
Yeah.
And remember when Taylor was talking to you?
Like,
Pono. He kept saying Pono.
Yeah,
right?
I could tell the whole story.
Yeah. You should probably tell that story. But
yeah. So that's how you and Taylor decided to think of Hawaiiverse, and then you guys were looking for a host or like someone to promote it, right?
Yeah. I mean, basically, since Taylor's a videographer, our first thought was, besides the coupon directory, so you can build something amazing, but it's no guarantee anyone's going to go to it, right? So to reignite the social media and also to help more of the businesses and whatnot, we're starting let's call it a video series called Hawaiiverse Spotlight. And we was also looking for a representative that represents what we believe with Hawaiiverse and helping local businesses. And you're literally the first person that just popped into my head. You know, although we only knew each other for like maybe 6 to 12 months at the time, I was like, Taylor,
no, less,
maybe
way
less, maybe less.
Yeah.
I was like, Taylor, I got the guy. You know, and we reached out to you, you came over, and that's where the story starts.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was also stuck in Hilo during the pandemic because I was doing my race to 50K where I paid off my student loans in a year, just doing a bunch of odd jobs. So I started in Hilo, went to Oahu. I was doing my thing on Oahu, came back for a wedding one weekend. Josh Tori's wedding.
Yep,
Josh and Nissa. Yeah. Aloha to them. And then I was like taking out trash, helping set up. I was just like doing whatever they needed me to do at the wedding. And I guess that's when you started following me, right? And then when I was stuck in Hilo, I came to Hilo in March and I was doing my race to 50K. We couldn't fly. All the flights were canceled. You couldn't go between islands. So I was also stuck in Hilo. And a lot of my job for the race to 50K was going out in the community, helping people with different things. And I was like, I can't do that now because it's not safe. So I had to pivot and think of other ways to make money. And I thought, it would be really cool to write a book. And I had a blog while I was in Madagascar for 3 years. So I thought, why don't I have all the content right there? I just have to put it into book form. So I told everybody on social media, hey, I want to create a book and sell it to pay off my student loans. I just need somebody to help me with the design because I have a lot of strengths, but my weakest part, I guess, I don't know, weakest strength of, can you say that? My weakest strength, my weakness.
Right? I was like, wait a minute, where are we going with this?
My weakness is just like art. Like I cannot draw. I can think of ideas, but I can't put them on paper. So that's what I struggle with.
Ironically, same.
Yeah. But I'm just always the idea guy. I have all these crazy ideas. You know, I'm like, I come with you guys with all these ideas I have. So I posted it on my story and you messaged me saying, hey, I have this media company, Kush Media. I also have a graphic design team. I'll design your book cover for free. So that's how we started becoming friends and working together. Yep. I think I'm probably the first person that had over like 10 what is it called, like reviews, like over like so many drafts. Like I had to send back so many things.
Yeah.
You also helped me with my sticker and you're like, come on, usually we only do like 2 or 3 drafts for people.
Oh yeah, you mean like the reviews of making the design?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was like, it's all good.
It's all good.
Good thing it's pandemic right now.
Yeah,
Every time. No, I'm just kidding.
So that's how we started. We started working on my book cover for my book So Far, which is available right now. Just DM me or it's on Amazon. And then eventually you just told me about this idea called Hawai'i Verse, and you're like, okay, it's this online, coupon directory that we want to create because we just hate seeing all the local businesses shut down. And I'm all about local, like that's what my brand was, the local boy doing everything,
100%.
working local for everybody local. So we met at your house. His house has the best food all the time. We love having meetings in Hilo at Jared's house. Jordan hasn't been there yet.
Yeah, but he'll be there.
Yes.
But and then the funny thing is, like, I'm like, hey, this is every night.
I know,
like,
we're
Kamaka's like, wait, did you throw a party for me? Or like, this is crazy. And it's like, every night. My whole family's amazing.
Yeah.
My mom, dad,
So
and
good.
sister, and yeah, it's tough to stay in shape there.
Yeah, I know. We talk about that all the time. So I went there, met you. I think that was the first time meeting in person.
Was it?
We might have actually.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But you told me you wanted to introduce me to Taylor, who was our CTO, who was the business partner. And I met him. You guys were drinking, taking shots. I don't drink. Yeah, so I had my water. And Taylor was just so passionate about Hawai'i Verse, what's going on. He was saying about how pono, how righteous it was.
Yep.
All this, it's so pono. And you're on the side like, okay, Taylor, I think he gets it.
Yeah, I was like, Taylor, you're gonna scare him away, man. Yes, I think he's good. He gets it.
He's like, no, but it's so pono. It is so pono. And the cool thing, which I love the passion, I love the idea, but also my middle name is Kupono, which means
you learn that
righteousness.
later, yeah.
Yes, and so Kamaka Kupono. Kamaka means the eye. Kupono is righteousness, good. So my name means like the one who sees things in a good way. So I always have a good eye for things, and I can feel in my that if something is gonna be pono for me. So I felt like it was pono, and I was on board. He told me what I had to do, and from there it was guerrilla marketing. Like we did the spotlights. We just walked into stores,
hit the streets.
Yeah, just told them about the idea. We DM people on Instagram. We did whatever we could to spread the word.
Yep.
And like you said, we started with 40 businesses. It was so fun. People were loving the idea. We thought, okay, let's expand to Oahu now. So we expanded to Oahu, and we had this campaign to get to 808 businesses.
Right.
So we just pushed as hard as we can so we grew from 40 businesses to 808 businesses in a couple of months. And then it just started to go to 1,000 businesses. And then I guess this is the point of Hawai'i Verse where we're like, okay, this has just started as a passion project, but now it's a full-blown business.
Yeah.
And we're a skeleton team of 4 people.
Yeah.
And then, okay, what was the evolution of Hawai'i Verse after this in 2021?
Yeah. So, I mean, you mentioned that we were ready to expand to Oahu. In reality, we weren't. Like, we were planning to expand to Oahu maybe 6 months later. But when I think traveling opened back up, you and I flew back up, and I reached out to some of my contacts, and we partnered with the State Chamber of Commerce. Yeah. So that really helped us with credibility and reaching more businesses. And that's when we're like, hey, if they're ready to partner, like let's do it. We thought we were gonna come to Oahu months later, but let's just do it already.